What's up, y'all? Snake Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador. Another Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4 Theory and Prediction, y'all. Now let's talk about Kane, Braden, and Tariq. And I will explain how and why and all the reasons that Kane will become Tariq's number 2 within the drug organization after the Noma situation has been dealt with and the threat has been neutralized. Now, I know a lot of fans of Power Book 2 Ghost, they want to continuously see Tariq and Kane clash. They want to see Kane and Tariq shoot at each other. They want to see one kill the other. I personally feel like Kane will be around either up until the end or until the very end, the very last season of Power Book 2 Ghost, whenever that season is. I also believe that Braden will be around for a while, but it would even be more interesting if they took Braden out, being that we had Tommy last all the way to the end and he outlived Ghost. I doubt that we're going to have Braden outlive Tariq, right? But it goes like this. I think the writers of Power Book 2 Ghost, they want to have some things happen before eventually they have Kane become Tariq's number 2, and they will be a big 3 team like Kanan, Tommy, and Ghost were or were supposed to be before Ghost and Tasha, set Kanan up to go to jail. I think that for all the people who really wanted to see what it would be like with those 3, we're gonna see an alternate version of how it would have been when they were at the same ages as Kane, Braden, and Tariq within this universe right here. And like I said, they're going to build up to it and it's going to happen. We're not going to go another 2-3 seasons and it's just going to be Tariq and Braden's organization against Kane, against whoever else. I think they're going to create an environment where at first they're not going to have no choice but to work with each other because they're going to need each other for whatever reason. So being that I feel like that's where it's going to go, let's talk about what those reasons could be. Now, when you talk about Kane, Braden, and Tariq, right? The big 3 within the organization, Tariq being number 1, Braden being his number 2, and Kane being his number 3 is like this, right? Kane is somebody who he is a literal force in the streets. His nickname comes from the word hurricane. He was tearing the streets up from a ute, right? Then you got Braden. You got Braden who he has the ability to use his white privilege to get himself into doors and spaces that would definitely be hard for people like Tariq and Kane to enter. On top of the fact that he's going to be a wild white boy who's going to be ready to kill. He's going to be ready to turn up. Now, it's up to the writers to show us what direction to go because we know they cannot make him exactly like Tommy. So he's going to have to be different within his own way, which is why I also feel like Braden may not outlive Tariq by the end of this series, right? And then you have Tariq, James St. Patrick's son, the nuclear mind, the smartest one of them all. But where he lacks, there comes Kane and Braden to fulfill what he lacks. Now, Tariq is going to be that person who, he's the genius. He's looking at the chessboard from the whole board. He's putting people in place. He's going to have the most groundbreaking ideas to make things happen. But he was not raised in the street. He don't have that power in the street. He don't have that name in the street. You know who has that name? Kane has that name. Tariq, he's not, no matter how smart he is, no matter who his father was on a positive level, on a business level, to where he could benefit from his father's name, he's still a young black kid whose father was allegedly a drug dealer, depending on whoever is speaking about him at any given time. So a lot of people in high positions will write him off. But then when you have Braden, especially if Braden clears the Weston's name with the whole Ponzi scheme and everything like that, Braden would be able to get in the doors that Tariq and Kane cannot get into. And even if the Weston name doesn't get cleared, it would still be easier for him to get around certain types of individuals than Tariq and definitely Kane. These are facts. And I really believe that the writers are itching their way towards it. And another way where I feel like it can get there is like this, right? I also believe in season 4. For one reason or another, Kane will end up killing Drew. So now if you go back to season 2, where Monet was going to have Kane kill Lorenzo, and even though Kane looked like he was going to choke, for the strength of his family and for Monet, he was going to do it. That would have changed him. And then once you have season 3, where he realizes that family is supposed to be first, it's really going to tear him up once Drew is gone and he has to kill Drew. And he'll be able to relate to Braden when it comes to killing a family member, somebody who you love. He'll be able to relate to Monet in a way, and he'll be able to relate to Tariq. And then those talks can be had, because I also believe that Tariq will forgive Kane for trying to shoot him during the season finale, because he understands that Kane is doing that because they're under the impression that Tariq killed Monet. Once Kane figures out that Drew and Diana are behind the murder plot, are behind the shooting, it's Diana's fault that his mother got shot, he gonna have more smoke for Diana and Drew than Tariq. And Tariq's gonna understand that, and he's gonna say, hey, listen, that's cool, be mad at your family, you one less dude I gotta deal with. And then after the Noma situation comes into play, it could be a similar situation to where you guys know when the gay guy who was the plug, whereas Tommy and Ghost, they end up killing him. I forgot his damn name. And he was one of the best characters in that whole entire show, right? Once that happened, you had Milan pop up out the woodwork. And then he forced Ghost and Tommy to work for him in order to save their lives and protect their families and everything. We could see a similar situation to that, where I believe that, Tasha and Monet, they're going to meet up, they're going to talk, they're going to clarify some things, right? Monet's going to say, let me deal with my kids. I understand you shot me. I feel some type of way, but I understand where it came from, because I would have did the same thing. So when I say that, Tasha and Monet, they're gonna put their differences aside, especially for their children, to deal with the bigger threat of Noma. They are the people who can get Kane and Tariq to relax. Drew and Diana, they got lives to protect, so they're not gonna be with it. But once Kane realizes what his siblings did, he will listen to Monet. And once that threat is neutralized, you may have a whole nother threat who we've been looking at the whole time come from under and force them to have to deal with each other. And this could be a threat who was watching all of them all along and say, hey, okay, I see y'all know how to move. Y'all know how to move drugs separately, this, that, and the third. But guess what? Noma's gone. I was watching the whole situation. How about Tariq? You're gonna work for me. Braden, you're gonna work for me. Kane, you're gonna work for me. Effie, you're gonna work for me. And they will all be forced to be within the team together. Effie could be a wild card on that. We don't know, because she could end up being a rat, getting killed, or just meeting a whole nother plug and doing her own thing and being competition. But that will be the start of it. There's not gonna be a situation where where Kane, Tariq, and Braden, they willingly come together because like they the bros. It's gonna be a situation where they have no choice but to come together. And once that situation starts, maybe a friendship will develop, but probably won't be. It might just be a beneficial monetary situation where they could just accept it. And, you know, in the future, it could be more drama where, you know, Kane presses his luck one final time and Tariq and Braden finally deal with him. But y'all let me know what y'all think. What do you think about the possibility of this happening? Because I personally believe that Kane will join Tariq and Braden, and they will be a big three at some point in the series. Let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.